I'm Chad Ikes, and this is Courage Barbell. I hope I find everyone doing well, being recovered, and getting stronger. I had a little sabbatical from this channel, which I apologize for. Had a lot of things going on, trying to work on the t-shirts and some other ideas that we have coming up for trying to expand this channel and expand Courage Barbell altogether. But we're back. I think I got things lined out a little bit. And today I want to respond to a question I got from my Instagram, which is just Chad Ikes, at Chad Ikes, I guess, about doing conjugate and how to know where your three main lifts are. It's actually pretty simple, but it does take a little bit of work and a little bit of time. Basically, with conjugate, you're doing your dynamic effort work, which is usually more of the main three lifts with bands and chains, but it's lighter weight. You're working on speed and ability to generate force. And then on your max effort days, you're switching a lot from various different exercises that are designed to help the main lifts, but not really burn the body out from performing the main lifts all the time. By definition, conjugate simply is training multiple things or styles at one time. So, you're actually doing force training. You're actually doing max effort training. Your supplemental stuff is similar to hypertrophy work. So you're training all the different aspects all at once. So the problem is if you're not squatting heavy all the time, or you're not benching heavy all the time, how do you judge where your squat, deadlift, or bench is? When I was lifting heavy, competing heavy on the main stage, the biggest stage, I was lifting in gear because at that time, like WPO and the biggest federations and the biggest lifters were all wearing gear. So I rarely did full squats in the gym because it just tears your body up so much. And when you're squatting 1,200 pounds, it's just hard. It's hard to recover from too many of those sessions. So we would do a lot of different exercises. And I learned over time that, say, belted brief box squat was roughly 200 pounds below my full geared squat. And with my bench press, I kind of knew a two board in a shirt was pretty close to where my full bench would be. Because you would get, if you're within a two board, you can get that little bit more out of your shirt and you're not going to have a problem coming out. It should fly off your chest. So the thing you got to do is you got to kind of start tracking some of your max effort lifts. You should actually track all of your max effort lifts until you get advanced. And then you can go back and look and go, hey, we're full squatting today. Let's see where my full squat was compared to my last one. Hey, I PR'd at 20 pounds. Well, let's go back to a lift we do a lot of, say a box squat or say even a good morning or whatever else. And you can go, hey, I put 20 pounds on my squat over this period, but I also put, 20 pounds on my good morning. And then hey, I'm getting pretty much a 1-to-1 ratio from this lift. Or maybe you go, hey, I put 35 pounds on my good morning, but I only put 20 pounds on my squat. Well, then the next time we go, hey, we PR'd 35 pounds on my good morning, so I'm pretty safe to say that my squat also went up 20 pounds. Because all the max effort lifts in conjugate are made to perform with the main lift. You could, in the bench, say you do, hey, my floor press went up 25 pounds, and in that same period we tested my bench, and my bench also went up 20 pounds. So then from now on, as you're doing these lifts, you can see where you kind of start expanding on all these things, and you go, well, wait a minute, if these lifts are going up this much, then my main lifts are probably going up this much. As you advance as a lifter and you're able to read your body even more, I knew if my good mornings are going up, if my rack pulls are going up, like I know all of my other lifts are going up. And so that would just give me a good square one to go, hey, we're 6 weeks out. It's time to hit openers. I should be roughly in this area. And then you actually test it on that day and you go, okay, I figure my squat should be around here. So I figure this should be my opener. I hit my opener, went easy. More money. So it's not, don't try to overcomplicate. Too many people overcomplicate strength training. It's not. It doesn't have to be that complicated. If you really want to make things complicated, then like get your technique as absolute perfect as you can. Like make sure your movement patterns are perfect. Like don't spend a lot of time worrying about the program or worrying about stuff like this. If you're getting stronger, then your main lifts are getting stronger. And you're still going to be throwing in your main lifts here and there. I always hit something that was, like I said, I would do a brief with a belt box squat. I knew really good how that compared to my squat. So I threw that in. I knew really good what a two-board in a bench shirt would be full range. And you over time you'll develop those little things. And when you're new, you're going to be doing the main lifts more. Like I was so advanced at the time and my technique was so good, I didn't have to full squat. Like I could not full squat for 3 months. And the first day I came into full squat, like heavy, it was just natural. Like I knew the move, my technique was down, it wasn't even a problem. But when you're newer, you're going to have to do those main lifts heavy more often because you don't have the technique, you haven't developed the skill to get the full power out of your muscles. So really, I mean, I hope that helps. It seems utterly simple to me, and I don't want to overcomplicate the question, because to me the answer, because the question is not that complicated either. It's just a matter of practicing over time, keeping track of some of these lifts, and seeing how they compare over time, and then you begin to know. And I don't have a great memory, actually, because of my sleep. Probably maybe my memory's pretty shitty, but I still managed to be able to go, hey, I know all these other lifts went up this much, so I know my squat's about here. And I would go to meets I'd hit a light opener 6 weeks out, and like I would go to the meet and make my jumps. Like I had done one full squat in the gym, one heavy squat session in the gym in maybe 2 or 3 months. Go to the meet, squat. And it's going to be a little different with gear. I would say throw in a couple more full rangers if you're raw as opposed to gear, but it's still the same principle. It's all the same principles. It's all the same theories. So I'm going to let you guys go. Please like this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Please share this channel. I'm trying to line some stuff up this year, and I'm starting to feel better. So I'm trying to put more energy into this and get this thing growing, and I could really use your guys' help with that. If you have questions, things you want me to cover, let me know. I got a ton of information in my head, and I love helping lifters achieve their goals. That's what Courage Barbell is all about, having the courage to take the time to learn everything and approach it in the right ways and do the hard work, the real hard work, not just the physical work that it takes to achieve the stuff and to get great. And it's about the people that have the knowledge helping other people, and together we all grow. All right, fellas, I'm out. Take it easy. This is Courage Barbell. I'm Chad Ikes. Have the courage to train. Stop working out.